Hey guys, it's Angela. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go over a few new Dossier fragrances I added to my collection, some life updates for the next couple months, and some fragrance talk about new fragrances and what we're feeling about them. If you're interested, keep on watching. The three new Dossier fragrances that I added to my collection are all super summery and I would say serve a similar purpose of when you would wear them. And they're really great for this time of year, end of August, which is kind of like a transitional period when I know myself when it's September 1st, I am like, bring all the fall, but it's super hot out still. So it's nice to have these transitional fragrances that take you from the really hot to that little bit of a breezy chill in early fall. So the first Dossier fragrance is Ambery Vetiver, and it is an impression of Byredo Bal d'Afrique. Now, I have smelled Bal d'Afrique and I love it, but something about that just doesn't last very long on the skin, on clothes. So I figured I really love this scent, but if it's not going to last a super long time, I don't want to pay that high price point for something that's going to kind of fizzle in a couple hours. This has better lasting power than any Byredo scent that I have tried. So let's give this a spray, see how it smells. I've smelled it already, but it's super, super similar. Wonderful. Okay, so the top notes are bergamot, lemon, buchu. The middle notes are orange blossom, marigold, violet. Base notes, vetiver, amber, cedarwood. Yeah, I love that. To me, a lot of the Byredo fragrances smell like really fancy locations. Like this smells like a really nice hotel lobby, but in a beautiful way, not in a cleaning product kind of way. It has a really nice, fresh, refreshing, revitalizing kind of smell. But yet you can smell something interesting. It almost has like a bamboo type of smell to it. It's super natural smelling. This would be beautiful for that early September weather where it still feels summery, yet there's a little more of a breeze in the air. Sometimes there's a little bit of rain. I bet this would smell really good in the rain. And what I can hope is that this will last the same or better than the original. And that is Ambery Vetiver by Dossier, which is an impression of Byredo Bal d'Afrique. The second Dossier fragrance is Aquatic Lime, which is inspired by Giorgio Armani Acqua de Gio Eau de Toilette. Now, I need to say that this is such a nostalgic scent. I grew up around a lot of very European, Italian men in the 90s and early 2000s, and this is what they all smelled like. I don't know if it's a very general thing that everyone smelled like it, but man, this is like a very specific moment in time to me. This smells great. This smells just like it. Ooh, there's that like really beautiful citrusy, fruity, but salty kind of scent. I love that. This has bergamot, lime, watermelon, marine notes, jasmine, rosemary, cedarwood, oak moss, vetiver. Now, I don't know if they have reformulated Acqua di Gio, the original one, through the years, but I definitely notice a difference in the longevity, and it has gotten way better over the years, so that is a big plus. And this has a 12% concentration, but it's an eau de toilette, so it will last as expected. I don't get watermelon specifically, but I definitely get some sort of a citrusy, fruity situation happening. But This is really, really nice. And it's a classic, quite honestly. I think this goes well for any age. There's no real super youthfulness or super mature thing about it. I just think it's a staple for the summertime or the heat and really great for that transitional period. And that is Aquatic Lime by Dossier. And this is an impression of Giorgio Armani Acqua de Gio Eau de Toilette. The third fragrance is Citrus Neroli by Dossier, and it is inspired by Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. Now, I was super excited to see how this one smelled. This smells like the beach. This smells like, I want to say suntan lotion, but it doesn't have like a heavy coconut smell or anything. It just smells like the ocean air. Really, really nice. This has neroli, bergamot, mandarin, lemon, orange blossom, jasmine, lavender, musks, and amber. What I get most from this is that citrusy fruitiness at the top and beautiful musks in the base. I think that this is really, really nice. I would imagine this being great all summer long, but especially at the end of summer when it's the last time that you're going to the beach. Maybe you're having dinner by the beach and you spray some of this on and you go out at sunset. Oh my God, this would smell incredible. And quite honestly, this smells very similar to the original and it has like a richness to it. So this is 18% concentration, which is awesome because that means that it is definitely going to last a good amount of time. And that is Citrus Neroli by Dossier, and it is an impression of Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. So as I said, I actually find that the three of those fragrances would work really well in similar situations. They're really good by the beach or out doing really summery things in the high heat, but will also transition beautifully into that warmer late summer with a little bit of a breeze as we wait for fall. Now for some life updates. As you may or may not know, I own a salon, so once that late August, early September hits for me, it is back to school haircuts, transitioning straight into the holidays with a bunch of fall weddings that I'm working in between. The reason I'm saying this is because I have a bunch of videos that I pre-recorded and it might look a little out of sequence because I'm showing you guys unboxings and that I have full bottles of things, but then also after that, you'll see a video where I'm not holding the bottle, and I feel like I just needed to say that that's why, is because they were pre-recorded before I actually purchased the full bottle. So it's exciting things, but also I don't want to confuse you guys. Now, for newness, I'm interested to know what fragrances you guys would like to see me try, review, make content about. I do have on my list a comparison video for YSL Tuxedo, the white label, and now the new black label Sharp Patchouli. I've been getting mixed reviews on if people think that it's the same thing or if it was reformulated. I have trouble believing that it was not changed at least a little bit, because what company would spend that much money on a rebrand if there's nothing new and different and exciting about it? And it's also much more expensive than the white label was. It's about like $30 or so more US. So that's number one. Number two is I want to try Bleu de Chanel Exclusif and tell you guys about it, but that fragrance along with the YSL Tuxedo Black Label, I haven't been able to find them at any of my local stores, and I want to purchase a bottle of the Tuxedo, but I also haven't been able to smell this black labeled one. I'm obsessed with the white labeled one. So I just want to make sure that it's exactly what I want. Either way, I want to be able to have more information on it to be able to tell you guys if it's worth it or not. And so those videos are going to be coming up and they'll be thrown in the mix. I've been loving these Dossier fragrances because they serve such a good purpose for me. I love fragrances, but also not every fragrance to me is worth the high price point. So there's certain ones that I'm like, you know what? Let me utilize this Dossier fragrance as a decant. So if I get through this bottle and I really, really love it and I decide that it's worth me spending the money for the full original bottle, then I will totally do that. But if not, sometimes a love is fleeting. Sometimes I fall in love with something and then like a couple months later when we're not in that season anymore, I'm like, okay, I'm over it, on to the next. So it kind of serves that purpose for me. Let me know a couple things in the comments. Do you guys like Acqua di Gio, Neroli Portofino, or Bal d'Afrique? Are those your kinds of fragrances? And also, what are some fragrances you would like me to make content about? Let me know so I can try to get my nose on them and tell you everything. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.